the Republicans and the conservatives tell me, let the free market decide, Cenk. Get the government out of the business of hurting these companies when they're doing so much to help us. Why do you keep, going after these companies? They're good, patriotic Americans, these multinational corporations. All right, well, I'm sure as good patriotic Americans, they do their part in paying their taxes, right? Well, okay, so let's investigate that. Well, the largest company is Walmart, right? And they actually had to pay a lot of their taxes because they operate inside the United States and they don't have much of an excuse for an offshore account in the Cayman Islands, right? So they paid a decent amount of taxes. They had a pre-tax income of $20.9 billion and they paid tax of $7.1 billion. That's a tax rate of 34.2%. Okay, now that's lower than what a lot of people pay, but that's okay. I'm going to let that go, okay? Let's go to number 2, ExxonMobil. Wow. They had pre-tax income of $35 billion, but they paid $15 billion. That's a 47% tax rate. What the hell am I complaining about? You see, you're no good lib. They pay a lot of taxes. Not 1 cent of that is to the United States government. That is all to foreign governments. What? Why is ExxonMobil paying other foreign governments but not paying us? Because we let them get away with it. They say, for us, they say, oh, no, you don't understand. ExxonMobil, our main subsidiaries are in the Bahamas. No, we don't have to pay any American taxes. But other countries are like, oh, yeah, you want our oil or you want to sell us, whatever it is. You want to do business here? Pay up, okay? So other countries have no problems taxing ExxonMobil. They tax them even without paying a single dime in American taxes. They pay 47%. And they're perfectly happy to do that. They still make a tremendous amount of money. But when it comes to the U.S., they capture the United States government, so they don't pay us a dime. Come on, man. We're the suckers of the world. Company number 3, Chevron. $18.5 billion in income, $8 billion in taxes, not 1 dime to the United States. Okay, great job. No, I'm sorry, my bad. Exxon was no money to us. Out of the mercy of I don't know why Chevron was so merciful, they actually paid us $200 million in taxes out of $18.5 billion in profits. So again, they pay all the foreign governments plenty of taxes. Us, we get a nickel and a dime, okay? Now, GE, I love this one. Sales of $157 billion. Pre-tax income of $10.3 billion. You know what their tax rate last year was? Negative $1.1 billion. We owe them money. I mean, you're kidding, right? Okay, so here's how this scam works. And this is true for a lot of companies, not just for GE. They say, oh, all of our business operations in America, they all lost a lot of money. Yeah, golly gee willikers, God, everything just went south there. But funny enough, everything outside of the country made a lot of money, but there we don't have to pay taxes. So our operations in the Cayman Islands are tremendously profitable, but inside the United States, you owe us money. So even though they made $10 billion in profits, they owe $0 in taxes. In fact, they get a $1 billion tax break. No, they're good patriotic Americans, these multinational corporations. And it goes on, all the same. ConocoPhillips, $10 billion in income, almost nothing goes to the United States. AT&T, $19 billion in income, $6.2 billion in taxes. That's a healthy rate of $32.4 billion because most of their operations are indisputably inside the United States. Bank of America, $4.4 billion in income. Tax rate, negative $1.9 billion. They get the TARP money. They get all the backdoor bailouts. They can borrow at 0%. They make an income of $4.4 billion, of which a lot of that goes to their executives, which they take home, and their tax rate, $0. In fact, we owe them money. How do you like them apples? Ford Motor, tax rate of 2.3%. Hewlett-Packard, $1.75 billion in taxes off of $9.4 billion, so that's 18.6%. Much, much lower than the average American. Berkshire Hathaway, $11.5 billion in taxes, $11.5 billion in income, $3.5 billion in taxes, tax rate of 30%. The guy who runs Berkshire Hathaway, of course, is Warren Buffett. At least he's honest and decent enough to say, I pay less in taxes than my secretary. There's something wrong with the system. What's the matter with you all? Why don't you fix it? That's an excellent question.
Watch more clips at theyoungturks.com.